Ben about this, and I actually told him that we might need what is that? Uh, uh, supplement, another book to start with. As
Uh,
like there are books in, he actually said that there are books that are for general English,
mm,
like in other centers as well, like in it was Vision, I think, in IELTS
mm,
Champions. No, not IELTS Champions. IELTS what?
right.
IELTS
So
Fighter.
for my what is it for my let me show you here my folder here for IELTS, right? So actually here I have here my IELTS folder, and I'm also running here some IELTS courses from band 0 or from band basic, okay, to a higher level. So hopefully this can help. I've also shared this to Ben, right? These files here. So I'll start here with IELTS foundation from band this one, band 3 to 4. So here are the lessons here. We follow the same I follow the ESA method, or engage, study, and activate. So if you check here, yes, if you check here, there are ready-made PPTs here,
So
which
that you have this one.
yes, yes, I have these ready-made PPTs from band 0 to advanced. Okay, so the main purpose why I want to have main purpose for this training is once you have the thorough knowledge of all skills, it's much easier for us to use this thorough knowledge to teach basic English. So, for example, here I have IELTS band 3 to 4. So these materials have been shared to Ben already. So I think now
And
after
didn't
this
share
train.
these ones with me. I thought other things.
Yeah, so after, yeah. So probably after this training, what is that? He'll be opening classes from basic to advanced, I guess. And I'm not sure what's his plan, okay? But his plan is he wanted to open from all levels. So I might be thinking that you'll be handling all those all levels in IELTS, which is why we need to cover some what is that? Like how like the advanced level first, so that we can use this knowledge to use in practice teaching for basic level. So this is the basic level here, right, for speaking and vocab. So these are some basic reading as well, and so on. So from band 3 to 4. So each folder here has over 50 lessons, or 50 lesson. Yes, each folder here has over 50 lessons. Yeah, so we check here. This is the band 3 to 4, right? Band 3 to 4, and then and then there's IELTS Guarantee 6 5.5. This is the latest edition that I've made. So the first edition I've made is level 1 to level 3. This is the first edition I've made in 2019 or 2020. So I've completed this one. Same thing, it has also complete PowerPoint and PDF, course book, etc. So it's all ready. And the latest edition that I have developed lately is the Guarantee 5.5, 6.5, and Intensive. So from this one, okay, all skills intensive, all right. Um, Now, so you
I
might be
like the
teaching,
fact
you
that
might,
you have this guarantee part for iOS.
yeah, so we have IELTS guarantee here 5.5. So the entry level here is 4.0, not 3.0, 4.0, because some students want only to get 5.5, okay? Some of them, the purpose is university entrance exam or study abroad, okay, or work abroad. So they only want to get 5.5. Others want to get 6 to 6.5, university entrance requirement. And some others, few others would like to get a score of 7. For 7.5 to 8, that's for entry requirement for high school for the gifted, I think, and top universities. All right. So that's what I
This could
have.
also be an entry requirement for many countries if you want to,
Yes,
uh,
yes.
like for example, if you want to go to Australia or go to,
Mm,
what is that, Canada with,
Canada, right. For
they
many
need all
in
band
many.
seven.
Yeah, band 7.5 to 8. So are lessons here, all right. So I will send you the preview link which you can view, all right? Because there are some, I separate them into different levels, all right? So here, so for this, for each level, there are at least 30, there are at least 50 lessons each, and each lesson is good for teaching 1.5 to 2 hours, all right? So if you, for example, wanted to teach at 3.0 level, so in here there is for example, you go to it's
So we
basically
don't
like
need any books, you mean?
there's a course book I have also curated this one. So this is a course
What is
book,
the
all
course
right?
book?
Yes, the course book here is so I have curated this course book. It is a mix of three course books, yeah, so not just one, all right? Because each
Right.
lesson
So
is
you
a
have put the course book
Put,
yourself.
put them together. Yes, yes. I mean, it's a lesson plan. So that means I have used here three or four
Which books did you combine?
references. We have here, I have here mindset for I have here mindset for IELTS. I have complete IELTS and mindset IELTS, complete IELTS, and I forgot the other one. Like
Ready
achieve
for IELTS.
IELTS. Yes. Maybe ready for IELTS. Yes, yes, something like ready for IELTS. So I combine these.
Get ready for IELTS, I guess, for foundation.
Yeah. So I com this is from Mindset for IELTS. This one. Okay. So I combined some of the books there. So three books and create a lesson. So there's a lesson here, step one, step two, and teacher can actually add some activities. But actually, from step one to, for example, here we have engage. All right, engage part. Engage activities. So there are pictures here, and
Warm up.
yes, yes, warm up exactly right. So there's a warm up, and then there's a study part, and there's activate parts, and then move to engage part, etc. So the order, all right, I use is ESA method, all right. So for these, and not only this, there are also PDFs. So apart from course book, there's also PDF. So for everyday, for example, here lesson. So the same thing. So
Do
each
they get
lesson has
homework with the another book or something like that, or they don't have homework with this book?
there's a homework. Yes, there are activities here. So for the homework here, the teacher can actually uh, use
Sorry.
supplementary material for the homework. So this is a homework here. So write email to a friend, etc. So the last part is the homework. So for this one, the teacher can again can be very flexible to using this material. So there's a guide, all right, and they can be very flexible on how to use this material. So this is, for example, lesson one. All right, so this lesson lasts for
What
like
is the grammar that is being taught in, for example, lesson
two
one for
two
us?
hours. So the main grammar here that we touch here in grammar is adverbs of frequency. This one is the main grammar. All right.
So without simple present,
Yeah.
you directly go to the adverbs of frequency.
For this level, they have I noticed that if their level is 3.0, they can write basic sentences. Yeah, basic sentences like
This for level 3.0.
I know 4.0. Here the
Okay,
fun
so
yeah,
we didn't start from the foundation.
yes, 4.0. Yes. So foundation level is 4.0. For 3.0, that's like general English and
Yes, that is the problem. I said
uh
like I
uh
said we sometimes have students that want to get five. They say, okay,
uh
they put their uh, mindset like in a way like, okay, I want to get 5.5, okay, or
mm,
five. So
mm,
I don't need to study much.
mm,
You need to
right.
know at least general English to be able to get three.
Mm. They should
Four.
still study more. They have to not they have to study, not study much. They have to so here foundation maybe around four, okay. And maybe teachers can use your supplementary materials for grammar and general English. Yeah, grammar and general English, basic tenses or review the grammar. Yeah.
So
Um,
we start from
so
band four. That is going to be a challenge because sometimes we don't have band four students
so band
starting with us.
three. Mm,
There are students that come with zero level of English. They don't
yeah.
even know how to say, what is your name? You ask them, what's your name? He says, I'm 18.
Um, So that's why I guess in that case, to be honest, how to say that? Like, I accept these students, yes, of course, because they need to study. But again, we need to. I mean, I have lessons here, I will not jump directly to IELTS, for example. So I give them lessons like CAT Basic, maybe. All right. So for CAT Basic here, there is a basic like introduction, for example, like what's your name? So I give them lessons like this. Okay. So for like CAT Basic, hi, my name is, I'm from, okay. So if you see the screen here, yeah, this is what I give them. If their level is around three and couldn't speak of their names, or I mean, couldn't share their names,
That
so
is
I
the
would
problem.
give
They
them.
end up, when we
Mm,
teach them band
mm,
four, they end up not being able to make sentences correctly. They, like, say, for
mm.
example, I am, like, what are some of those sentences that I showed you the other one? Let me find it for you.
Uh,
The
right.
problems of the students.
Mm. So
Like,
here
for
for
example, they
for
say,
IELTS, I share this to all the materials to Ben. So we have IELTS basic here, so like three, like really zero level, like 3.0.
like
So
the
we,
student who says like this, in my family have
mm,
four pay,
have
four
for people.
people. Mom and me is a best.
Is
For example, for this student, we
mm,
can't teach. This is band three, in my opinion. I don't know what you
uh,
give that person.
yes, yes, yes. Band three. Right, right. That's band three. Right. That's band three.
Or for
Yes.
example, it's if another student says, mm, "It's very good and very peaceful."
Yes. At least he used the word here peaceful. So it's
Yes,
less.
vocabulary level is good because we gave them
L-
vocabulary, but
ah,
that is for vocabulary of band four. We gave them, but
ah.
that is a big problem. They
Mm.
can't even take notes for part two.
Cannot take notes. Yes, yes,
They can't.
exactly. Cannot. Yes,
Or for
yes.
example, say,
Mm.
I'd like his raining.
Mm. Exactly. So they cannot take notes on part two. They cannot generate ideas. All right. So in this level, they are still on. They can generate ideas on their first language, I think. Yes,
So
on their
this is the
first.
problem. In this,
Yeah.
for example, class that I have,
Mm,
we have around 15, 16 students.
mm.
I think 10 of them are suffering with this problem. They don't know
10 out of
anything
16.
in general English.
Mm. Right, right.
And I tell them that they need to work on general English, but the center owner
Mm.
thinks that they will get band five. That is enough for 5.5.
Yes, yes. A band 5.5 is I think something that they still need to work hard, okay? Not like it's easy. It's never easy to get 5.5, right?
But not all of them
For
want
3 point
5.5. Some
for
of them want
3.0, yeah.
6.5.
For 3.0 level, band point 5 isn't easy.
Yes.
It's much harder. I think it's much harder to get 5.5 if the level is 3.0, especially listening and reading, especially. It's been tested already. I've been doing that for more than 3 years, I guess. And if the level is 3.0 and they want to get 5.5, yes, and their major difficulty that they will encounter soon is in listening and reading. Maybe they can write and speak a little, yeah, but for listening and reading, they would have a struggle, maybe even after a year of studying. Yes, they will struggle. Yes, in these two areas, listening and reading. First of all, the vocab, the the speed in listening, which is like they use here natural speed in speaking, right? And some couldn't catch up, especially vocab. Yes, vocab and for reading, the same thing, right? So vocab and logic, all right? So they may get a score of 5.5, maybe in speaking and writing, but they may struggle in listening and reading. Yeah. Okay. So anyway. For your what is that? For your 3.0 level, what did you do? Yes, I mean, what did you do for your classes? Do you have material? Are you
Uh,
using a material for your classes?
Actually, it is not
Yeah.
on me, so they are doing it themselves. So I
Mm,
don't really bother myself with
mm,
that. I tell them the problems and
mm,
I ask them to face with those situations, but
mm,
they don't really
mm.
care.
All right, right, right. Okay. Right. So I will share to you the materials I have. Hopefully they can help. And I think you also have your own materials. Yes. And again, for 3.0 level, I think we start with the basic grammar. Yes, basic
You know,
grammar,
like for
basic
example, we have the
vocab.
books, IELTS Foundation in, for example, Mindset IELTS Foundation,
Mm, mindset. Yes. Yeah. Mm,
but it is for band three maximum. It's not a good book. It's not a very good book.
mm,
It has a very huge gap between mindset three, and then
mm,
level one. Very foundation and level one.
mm,
There is a very huge gap between them.
mm. I see, I see. So what do you mean by huge gap? Like the level of language,
Yes,
like
the
level
gap
of
is
language to be learned.
the
Right.
the
Mm,
and the students cannot follow the whole thing. Like in foundation, yes, we have some things, but
mm,
then when it comes to level one, there is a gap. They seem like it seems like the students, because the books are not consistent. Like for
uh,
example, the method of foundation is completely different. The way that it teaches is completely different. Then
uh,
it goes to part level one, it changes dramatically. The same book, the same series, but it changes
okay,
dramatically.
okay, okay,
Or
okay,
for
okay, okay.
instance, we are talking, I think in between all the books, Complete IELTS seem to be better than all, but
Mm,
still.
right, right. So that's the first material I use here. Yes, complete IELTS, and then next my employer asked me to use what is that? Mindset IELTS. All right. Yeah, mindset IELTS and ready for IELTS. Okay.
Ready
So
for IELTS is not bad too. It is,
yeah, yes, I think so. That's why I mixed the three resource materials. We are ready for IELTS, complete IELTS, and mindset IELTS, and I only get what's best in each of these resources. Yeah. So in the meantime, you're not teaching IELTS with higher level this time. Yeah.
I am teaching in the other center. I have higher level IELTS students,
Ah, great,
but
great, great.
I don't have any. I have, let me tell you that I have,
Uh,
there, I have three classes at this time.
mm-hmm,
The others are very low level. I don't really teach any of the low level classes. But the
mm,
fact is that when they finish their low level classes, they are still low level. It doesn't change. They have these classes with them
mm,
for length, but they don't teach them very well, I guess.
mm, mm. 19 students in one class, correct?
They give them vocabulary, they learn vocabulary. Their vocabulary is not bad. For example, they use peaceful, as you see.
Yes, 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 yes. Not bad. Yes, it's
But
like less familiar words, right?
yes,
Uh,
but the rest is not good.
mm,
Excuse me.
I see. So we can again here we have to continue with our final
Yes.
lesson for final session for writing task one. So for writing task one, maps and process. So these are the three main grammar to be used. We have complex sentences, passive voice, and present perfect tenses. That's it. So once we know this, it's much easier for us to mark their score. So we've learned this last meeting about complex sentences. Yeah, this one for and passive complex sentences and passive voice. So even in writing task one, we use passive voice because again, passive voice. First reason is that it sounds academic. That's the first reason. Yeah, and passive voice is very useful in writing task one steps. Yes, very useful and very obvious. So this is the most obvious grammar that must be used here. Use of passive voice in man-made process. And for maps, The most obvious vocab here to be used in maps is present perfect and passive voice. Present perfect tenses, the same thing with the speaking part one. So present perfect tenses are used to describe changes. So for example, here has changed, has been built, has expanded, has been erected, etc. And the rest is and passive voice. Yeah. So that's for maps. So you're talking here about band point 3.0 in grammar, this one. So it should be like here, right? Yes, a lot of things to be corrected. And band 4, use complex
Yes,
structures, but more errors than correct. More errors than correct. That's it. And band 5, more simple sentences. And here we have complex. And then here your main problem here is how to is the um, basic level 3.0.
to
Yeah.
five suddenly.
So yeah, so what, and then they want to jump to 5.5. That means uses range of complex structures and more simple sentences. So what is your method here, Mike, for 3.0 in teaching IELTS? I think it's quite really a challenge to teach IELTS at this level. Like they won't talk. Some of them can write. What do you think? From my experience, some of these students at this level can write
Yes,
short
the
sentences.
writing is better than talk speaking.
Yeah, you can write short sentences. So like this, some of these students at this level can write short sentences, basic sentences, obvious grammar mistakes, but can write short sentences. And it's really slow. Now, to me, from my experience, it's much easier for me to teach this one at this level. So, for example, if I have lesson there, IELTS basic, for example, I cannot finish the entire lesson for 2 hours if I have like 14 students, 15 students, because um, it would take time for them to write, take a lot of time. So, for example, if I have an engaged activity, for example, like talk about the picture or about write their name. So I ask them to write their answers. That's my method, yes. So I ask them to write the answers, and it would take maybe I think more than 15 minutes to do that activity. Yeah, more than 15 minutes to finish that activity. And after that, they're going to read their answers. So reading, I choose me 5, 10 students to read their answer. And yeah, 5, 10 students to read their answer. And I don't correct that much. I don't correct much of
You
their.
can't correct all of the sentences that they make are problematic. You can't correct
Mm,
all of them.
yes. So I don't give much corrections. So the corrections I give is usually like general comments. Say, is it the same thing with you? So I give general comments. For example, if the main problem is if the main problem is the use of tenses, so I integrate, for example, I integrate simple tenses to their activities. All right, and that's it. So we stick to and then we stick to simple tenses, right? Mm. Shall we move to writing task two? Mike,
Yes,
is it okay?
I guess it's the best choice to do that.
Uh, uh, so we move to writing task two. So for writing task two here, I'm gonna show you here. I hope you can teach advanced level students because in here, writing task two is really useful. So if you have, I mean, your knowledge here for speaking, how to mark students in their speaking, writing, and speaking and writing is very useful for teaching advanced students, like those who are at 6.5 level. Yeah, especially in writing tasks too, like helping them get a score of 7. And it's this is already proven to my classes here. I have several students who get 7 or higher for writing task 2 and task 1. Yeah, and it's really useful when we understand this one. So first of all, there
I'm
are
actually trying to
two
open a
fours.
PDF that I made for writing task.
Yeah, so you want to open the file, right?
I would like to wait. Let me.
Uh, yes, I'm gonna make you here the host here. Yes.
If I'm not, if I'm able to speak, I
Yeah,
will show you
sure, no
everything.
problem.
I'm actually very
Sure.
sick.
Yes. It's really great that you don't take medicine, and yeah. To me, I cannot do it. I mean, like, I really have to take medicine. Mm.
So how many I start with the types of questions in part two.
Ah,
I categorize them here. We have five different types: opinion,
yes.
discussion, problem solution, advantages, disadvantages, double questions, and so on.
Mm. Yeah,
And
opinion
we give them
essays. Yeah.
some uh, examples of it, like what is your
Mm.
opinion? These are the things that will appear in the question.
Mm.
I say whenever you see these ones, you are facing a opinion essay.
Mm.
They have to be able to understand which type of essay they are answering. Otherwise,
Exactly,
you will be
exactly. I, I
answering.
I want to hear that again. I also want to share mine. Yeah, good, good, good. Exactly. So you have five there. To me, I only group them into three. But anyway, continue. Yes. Continue. Yes. Mm.
Then I talk about the key points, what they need to do, like choose one side of their argument. Do not
The
go with
task.
both sides. This, in opinion, it says you have to have strong ideas.
Mm,
Otherwise, it won't work.
mm.
You can say like, I like this one, but I also think that that is good.
Yes, exactly. So it should be only one. Okay. Yeah.
You have to
Mm,
have very strong ideas and you have to
mm,
use strong vocabulary in this one.
mm,
And state your ideas, opinions clearly in the introduction.
mm.
I
Yeah.
always say there are lump sum method. I always say, like, for instance, first paraphrase the question, then
Mm.
give your idea, then give two supporting ideas
Details. Yes. Mm.
in the
So,
introduction.
mm,
The first supporting idea that you give for your opinion
mm,
is going to be for the first paragraph. You need to paraphrase that as the first sentence of the next paragraph and so on.
mm. Right, right.
Then give opinion, give your supporting ideas for that, which will be one. I basically say, I say like idea in explanation example. One
Yes.
idea, one explanation, one
One
example.
example.
Explanation can be in two or three sentences. Idea can be in two sentences. Example can be in two sentences.
Mm,
Listen to students. I'm sorry, I
mm,
can't even speak.
mm,
How to write. This is like the paragraph one introduction, paraphrase the question, give your opinion, state two, blah, blah, blah.
mm. Right.
Everything. Conclusion also summarize those key.
Opinion and key reasons. Right. Mm.
This is for the higher level, I guess. For lower
Yeah, yeah.
levels, this is also understandable.
Yes.
But I give them, like, we can actually provide them with some type of, let's say, uh, what is that? You tell me. Prompts for the lower levels.
Yes,
They
templates.
get better
Yes.
templates, and they
Templates,
get better
right.
in answering.
Mm.
So these are discussion essays. This one has always
Discussion essays, yes. Mm.
is this one has discuss both views and give your opinion in all of them, or
Mm.
sometimes it doesn't have this give your
Opinion,
opinion.
right. So sometimes he doesn't have an opinion. Correct. That's correct. Yeah.
Uh,
Mm.
always these are the key points that you don't need to give the questions are different, so I work on the questions different ways.
Mm.
Develop both sides of the arguments in the parallel way and in the same level.
Mm.
Something is wrong with my laptop. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Yes. Oh, don't.
I can hear you too.
Yes, yes, I can hear you. Yes.
But unfortunately, I have an error, blue error. I have to close the Zoom.
Mm. Right.
Can I close Zoom and
Yeah, sure, sure. And we can. Yes.
Excuse me.
Yeah, sure, sure. Have you, okay, let me reshare, let me assign you as a host one more time, okay? Right.
It's okay. I just said that like different questions and different techniques. Now we can continue. I have less.
Right. Great, great, great. So great. Now, in your case, that's really amazing. Okay, so you have there different types of questions. Now here, I actually divided. Yeah, you can actually share anytime. Okay, you want. Okay, from this discussion. All right. So here I only divide them to three. So opinion, discussion, and combination. Discussion and opinion essay. So I make it simpler than having it five. Right? Yeah, five types of questions. Right. So let's begin here with task response. So for task response here, the reason why we need to, here's the criteria here, response to all parts of the task, clear opinion, main ideas are clear and extended. So that's the first one. So types of questions here, we have opinion, discussion, combination. So I squeeze them into three main types of questions. Okay, so some questions like this, do the advantages outweigh the advantages? All right, so this question also asks the candidates the opinion, even though there isn't any pronoun you in the question. All right, so
Advantages, disadvantages question.
yes, advantage and disadvantage question, positive, negative, all right. And we have here, in this type of question, the student can give the opinion about what is the advantages, okay, and what are the if I'm sorry. So in here, the student is the candidate should give the opinion which one outweighs. So is it the advantages or is it the disadvantages? So if they say this one is heavier, then weighs more than disadvantages, so they have to write their opinion or reasons why advantages weighs more than disadvantages. Right.
I find advantages and disadvantages questions the most challenging one for the student
Challenging one. The main reason. What is the main reason for his challenge?
because
First
it
of all,
is
yeah,
different from
I know
opinions.
the reason. Yes, I know the reason, but could you please tell me what makes it a challenge for students? Advantages and disadvantages.
Because
Because
it
mm,
is different in the formation. Advantages come in first paragraph, disadvantages
mm,
goes in the second paragraph. Then we have to uh, write our opinion in the conclusion part. There are also result funds,
mm,
results for your advantages and disadvantages result in the body paragraphs that I give to the students to write.
mm.
I ask them to write. It's a bit challenging, more challenging than opinion essays.
Yes, and apart from that, the main challenge also for these advantages and disadvantages question is that they have to give at least two reasons or two advantages. Yes, unlike, for
Two,
example, one, advantage two, disadvantage one, disadvantage two, and
I asked
then
them to do one
only
only.
one. Okay,
But
that's
I don't
great.
know if it is okay
Mm.
with that or it is not.
Actually, in if you are going to be very strict, okay, it should be like two, all right? So advantage
I
one,
told them
advantage
that
two.
if you, I have two methods for this.
Okay. Mm.
Firstly, secondly, finally. for each paragraph. You can write up to three uh, ideas in your uh, advantage part and up to three ideas in your disadvantage part,
Disadvantage part, yes.
or write only one idea in
Mm,
advantage, one idea in disadvantage, then give an explanation and then give an example for it. And
mm,
at the end, give a result.
right, right. Okay. So that's your strategy in presenting advantages and disadvantages
Yes, yes.
part, right? Yeah, okay. So that is what it's called here, task response, okay? Task here. So this is our task. This is our task. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So the task here is the type of question, okay? So that is a task. And the response here is the answer, all right? So this is the response, okay? So the response here is the answer to the question, which is this one. So that is why understanding the type of question is important because it reflects in your introduction. So if the question, for example, is opinion essay, so that must also reflect in the introduction. If the question is, for example, if the question is, for example, discussion essay, so it must also reflect in the response. So um, this is, for example, the sample questions for discussion essays. Now, if the question is a discussion essay, for example, so the task is to discuss, then the answer or the response should also be different, like this one, okay?
Yes.
So the purpose of this essay is to discuss both sides of the argument, all right? That is. Now, what I noticed is that some students, not some, but many students use a template. So they use a template like this, all apply to all types of questions, right? Yeah, this is
That
the
is
problem.
something that I think the examiners don't appreciate.
Yes, exactly. So that's one thing that you don't really appreciate. Like they apply one template for all types
I
of
don't give
questions.
them this template. I for
Ah,
these sorts of questions,
mm.
which was
So that's
discussion,
why
right?
discussion, yes, discussion essay. So we have a discuss both sides, okay, and this is our task, discuss both sides. So
I
our
asked them to do it like
response
this.
is like this, okay. Mm.
In discussion essays, I asked them to write their opinion in the introduction.
Mm. Yes.
Quick paraphrase the question, then write their own opinion in the introduction, and then state two supporting ideas, supporting
Mm.
reasons for that in the
Mm.
introduction, the ones that they are going to talk about, or better
Discuss,
to
yeah.
say, one reason for um, the people who agree with it, and one reason
Yes.
for the people who disagree with it.
Right, correct. That's right. That's correct. So one reason for people who agree with it and one reason for people who disagree with it. That's correct. That's really correct for discuss both sides, right?
In the book
So
of writing,
mm,
the purpose of this essay is to discuss
mm,
both sides of an argument, which is not
mm,
very much of a good response.
right. But this is more acceptable than stating an opinion because like some of the students I noticed that they use this one. The purpose of this essay is to like this and like that in all types of questions. So I told them that
Yeah.
you can only use that in discussion essay. Now, when you use that in opinion essay, so that might not be logical, okay, or that might not be like accurate response for your essay. So for the purpose of example, all right, for the purpose of model, all right, about the difference between the two, all right, so you can instead use that in discussion essay and not in opinion essay, nor in, yeah, not in opinion essays. Now there's also combination. We have I have here combination discussion and opinion essay. So we have discuss and give opinion. So in here, you can give your opinion. Yes, at the last part, yes. So you can do like this. Again, this is for the purpose of example. So you can use like this and present your opinion. All right. So you can do like this method. All right. So this is the task here. Discuss both sides and give your opinion. So your introduction is you are going to present if just in case if they want to use this template, because I noticed that some of them use a template. So in case they use a template, they can use like this. So present first the discussion part and then and present, okay, whatever their opinion is for the task of the essay, right? Or
Usually,
another, yeah, or another
the
option is
way
your case.
I write, I ask my
Mm,
students to write it.
mm. And in your case, yes, you can also do another part. For example, you can present an opinion of those who agree and of those who disagree, and your opinion. Okay, so
I say
that's
like first paraphrase the question, then give
mm,
your own opinion,
yeah.
then uh, say state two supporting reasons, one for your opinion and one for the other people's opinion. Then
Mm,
expand them in the body paragraphs.
right. Give details. Right. So that is why these three here, or you have there five types of questions, right? So that is why it's crucial to understand the types of questions, because if they do understand the types of questions, so it's much easier for them to present their response, right? So if the question doesn't ask about opinion, so they should not give their opinion. If the question asks to discuss only, they only have to discuss without stating their opinion. All right. So, for example, if the question is discussion essay, so one is not allowed to give their opinion. All right. So that's how we do in writing task two. Right. So let's start with task response. Mike, what do you know about task response or TR for writing task two before we proceed here?
You know, I have given them the frames.
Um,
Once they do that, task response goes high.
mm. You mean
Task
template?
response and CC,
You mean templates?
not the templates, no. I don't give
Oh,
them templates, but I tell
oh,
them how to write it, like the paragraphing, let's say.
uh,
And I give them a special purpose for each sentence that is going to appear in their writing.
mm,
And I give them a sample writing. I write, for example,
mm,
the introduction in the class
mm,
for opinion essay
mm,
in front of them. Then I ask them to write another one for another topic. And then
mm,
we talk about it and then discuss it.
mm. Right,
It is a very good and useful method.
right.
Excuse me, I'm
Sure,
coughing a
sure,
lot.
sure, sure. Yeah, I think you're feeling better than previous days. So here we have the response to all parts of the task. We have here number one, address all parts of the task. So let's check first this one. So understand the task. What is a task? Plan the essay and essay structure. All right. So these are the three key points. All right. In which
Actually, I do this one. Planning the essay is very important.
yes, yes. So we have understand what is your task, how you plan your essay and essay structure.
For example,
So
like in opinion essay, I tell them to find three main parts of the question.
three main parts of the question. Okay.
Highlight, for example, we have a question like about, let me give you a question.
Mm,
Our question is about an opinion essay. For example,
mm,
I have this question.
mm.
What is it? Here. I don't find any questions. For discussion essay, I have this
Uh,
question here,
discussion essay. What is that?
which is different from the opinion essay.
Mm.
If you want, I can go with another type of essay, but
Sure. Any
opinion
type of
essay needs three important
uh,
parts that
mhm.
needs to be highlighted. I don't see it. Do you have any questions here for
Opinion essay. So lastly, we have the question here, opinion essay. This one. How about this one?
Okay, the
Mm,
government should reduce the amount of money spent on local environment. Okay,
mm,
here, amount of money spent local environment. Okay, these are the
environment.
things that they need to highlight in this sentence.
Mm,
And instead, increase funding in urgent and more threatening
threatening
issues
issues.
such as global warming. Increase
Correct.
farming, uh, global warming,
Mm,
and urgent. Okay?
mhm.
such as global warming and urgent. Okay. These are
Mm,
like four things that I highlighted. Every sentence that they are going to write
mm,
should be at least considering two of the things that they have highlighted,
mm.
should be about two of the things that they have highlighted, or at least one of them.
Should be two or one. Okay.
One or at least one,
Mm,
or maximum two, three. If
three.
they can put all of them together, that's even better.
Mm,
That is good for their task response. Then the whole thing will be, the whole question will be responded.
I see. So what are the three main parts of the question here? You mentioned about three main parts of the question, right? So what is that? What are these?
They need to highlight the most important
This one,
keys.
which is this one, reducing the this one.
Government
So
should reduce the amount of money,
this is
amount of money,
one. This is one, and then number
and
two is
instead increase
uh
funding.
number
Increase
two.
funding is very important.
Mm,
Increase
increase.
funding.
Number
I
two.
think instead of two, you could put under global warming. This is like a example, such as global warming will be the
Mm, right. So
this,
this is number one, and this is number two. All right, increase funding. All right,
and that is
that's just global warming. All right.
yes,
So that means they have
such as
to.
global warming.
So that means they have to give what is that opinion and details here, correct?
Yes, and reduce the amount of money is also important. Reduce,
Here, okay. Mm. All
yeah.
right.
Their
So,
sentences must be related to one of these four.
well, okay, reduce the amount of money, all right, and increase funding to these issues. Example is global warming, all right. So they have to give their opinion, all right, to this and to this, correct? And
Yes,
give details, right?
yes.
Yes, or explanations.
But in the beginning, I always tell them to write whether they agree with it or disagree with it. If they agree with it,
Mm,
they have to write an example.
mm,
They have to divide two. Why? They should
mhm,
answer the question why and write two statements to support their idea why.
mm.
If
Right,
they disagree, they also have to do the same.
right. So the same thing, the same pattern that they have to do, right? Okay, okay. Now that's for the opinion essay here. So we have the planning, all right? So we have the first one here is understand all parts of the task. So that means understand the type of question. All right. So when they understand the type of question, so we have the task here. This is our task and this is our response. So task, response. All right. That's it. And you have the method as well. Same thing with discussion essay. So this is examples of discussion essay. This is the task here is to discuss and response is this one here. All right. Is a response. All right. And same thing with combination. So the same pattern goes to combination essay, right? Now let's move on to planning. Uh, next one is presents a clear position that's planning the essay. So we have you understand the task. So what is the task here? That is the task here is the types of questions, all right? And the response here is the answer, all right? Now, planning the essay. Now, before we proceed to planning the essay, what is your method of planning the essay? Do you have any method?
Depends on the
My,
question.
it depends on the question, right? So, how do you plan this essay here, for example? Okay. So this question here, this is for IELTS Foundation here. Maybe IELTS Foundation towards the end of the lesson when students can develop basic writing. All right, so maybe this is lesson 20 or lesson 30. Lesson out of 50 lessons, I think this is in lesson 30, right? And they have the basic planning here, which is a bullet form like this one. Okay, so answer, explain, answer, explain. That's it. Answer, explain, answer, explain. That's it. So that's my planning for IELTS Foundation.
Yes, I always
Basic
say
one. Basic one. Yeah. Mm,
I have this one. I can't write anything, unfortunately,
mm,
but
mm.
okay. I usually divide into two. This is like opinion essay. Are we talking?
All right, right. Correct, correct.
What
This
is
is
this? It's the opinion essay. I see
yeah,
that you're talking
yes,
about an opinion essay.
opinion essay, right. Mm.
In
The
opinion
benefits.
essay, you have agree or disagree most of
This
the
one
time.
is this one is about what are the benefits, I think, of getting a part-time job. That's it. The benefits, yeah. So
Okay.
very big
So this one
for
doesn't have
fun.
agree or disagree.
Yeah, no,
If it
for
doesn't
fun.
have agree or disagree, you are going to write benefits. You are
Right.
going to write two benefits,
Mm.
make two paragraphs. Then you are going to explain an example for each one of them.
Yes, explain it. Right, correct. So for IELTS Foundation, the questions for essay writing is simple. For example, what are the benefits of doing part-time job? That's it. Or what are the benefits of living in the city? Or what are the drawbacks of living in the countryside? Very basic question. And then they do the planning like this: answer, explain, answer, explain. Yes, answer, explain, answer, explain. So not the complicated questions in actual IELTS test. So I think in this level, they have to understand the question as easy, the easiest possible question for writing task too. Now this is for IELTS level 1. Yes. Band maybe 5.0. Yeah. Band 5.0. So I also do the essay plan like this. Okay. Bullet form. Right. So what type of essay plan do you use, Mike? Do you also use the same thing, the
I
bullet
use the
form?
same thing, yeah.
Same thing. Same thing. Right. Right. Now for the advanced level, I do different thing. For the advanced level, I separate them. So for foundation level 1, they use the same thing, the bullet form. But for the advanced level, I have two methods, right? Two, I have what is that? Like higher level of planning the essay. So there are three steps we have here: know the issue, know what to do, and make a plan. That's it. Now this is I don't introduce this to level 1, but in advanced level. Now the reason why here they have to know the issue because in every topic or in every question there is a general question, there is a general issue or a bigger issue and a smaller issue in every question. Now most of the times, if for example the students in advanced level don't understand the general issue and a specific issue, that's the main problem of getting a band 7 or higher for their task response. So for example here, the general issue or the bigger issue is about culture and travel, and the specific issue is about the destruction of traditions when there is tourism in a country. Now, the reason why they need to understand this general issue and the specific issue, because they need to give a background of the general issue first. All right, so give a short background of general issue and then paraphrase the essay question with the specific issue. So this is the and then after that, one should present their answer or task. So it is important to have a short background, just maybe a phrase, not necessarily a sentence, but a phrase, okay, a phrase or a sentence to give a background of the general issue before paraphrasing. That's it. So oftentimes, students jump directly to paraphrasing without giving a background. Well, although it doesn't really affect much of their score or mark in their essay, but giving a background of the general issue um, gives the impression that they have totally understood the essay question.
That is a
Again,
very good thing. I call
mm,
them hook sentence.
hook sentence, amazing. You have your own term.
Hook
I love
sentence
that.
is like
Yeah.
a sentence that makes the examiner connected to the topic. The
Something
very
like
first
that.
sentence.
Mm,
Like they can also ask a question.
interesting. Hook sentence. I mean, did you discover this or did you found this in the some resource material or from experience? Yeah, that's very interesting. We have a different term, but we apply the same thing, right? Yeah, but
Yes,
different
I
terms
asked them to
and
do like for higher levels, not for
uh,
lower levels. I don't
yeah.
ever ask them to do it. I just
Mm,
asked them to start with paraphrasing.
right,
But
exactly.
for
So
higher levels, I give them a hook sentence. I tell them to put a hook sentence. You can even ask the question. Like, for
Correct.
example, if they, for example, it's about traffic
Mm.
jam,
Correct, correct, correct. Yes,
you could
that's right.
say, for example, hasn't the traffic jam been a big problem in your city?
Mm.
Question sentence.
Mm.
Then you can start with paraphrasing.
Yes,
Nowadays, many people have
right.
seen many differences. It's like a very
Exactly.
basic thing, but it's not like
Yes.
I didn't make a very good example of this, but
Mm.
maybe a little bit understandable with my example.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly. That's correct. That's correct. Okay. So you call it a hook sentence. That's right. So we give them a general background of the issue, right? So background, I mean, the background of the general issue, right? Or like before paraphrasing, there is a phrase or a sentence, okay, that one should start before paraphrasing, right? And the main one there is to give a background of the general issue. Now, the reason why here, for example, it's important to understand the general issue, all right, here for example, the general issue is about medical research, all right? Now, some students understood that some students, okay, even at the advanced level, understood this question as animal testing, all right? So if they do this, they would probably talking about animal testing, etc. So it wouldn't give a logic, not an impression, okay, but it wouldn't give a strong logic to their introduction, right? If they talk about animal testing or hot topic, for example, and then they need to paraphrase that, testing animals for medical research and so on. And as we mentioned earlier, you have this hook sentence. So that means there is a background of the general issue, which is about medical research, paraphrase, and then answer. So there are three main parts of the introduction there. So in your case, you have the hook sentence or opening statement, all right, and then paraphrasing, and then their answer. So the same thing here. This is the question, for example, I mean the task, for example. Okay. So this is a task, for example, and the general issue here is about the environment, not about people or children. Now, if candidates talk about children or people in their essay more than about in the environment, so that probably a strong indicator that they haven't totally understood the task. All right. So it matters most because when examining or checking their essay, all right, it is also crucial for examiners to check if they have totally understood the task, all right? So that's really very crucial. So that is why some candidates, okay, that I have checked, so I could hardly get a score of 7, all right, in their writing, mainly because of not fully address or respond, okay, to all parts of the task. That's it. Okay. That's for essay planning. And for essay structure, yes, we have here for essay structure, I think we have the same knowledge about essay structure. By the way, Mike, what are your exercises for planning the essay? Do you have exercises? Because in actual exam, the candidates have at least should spend at least 8 to 11 minutes to plan their essay.
I asked them
Eight
to
to
do
11
it
in
like
actual IELTS exam.
I
Um,
actually asked them to do it for both tasks, task one and task two.
uh,
I tell them if you spend more time in planning, you will spend less time in writing.
Yes, I agree with that. Okay. I totally agree. I totally agree with that. Okay. So
There is
if you
also
spend more time in planning, you will
there is
spend
also
less time in
something that
writing.
they very interesting. If they spend more time
Mm.
in planning, of course they will spend less time writing because there is
Writing,
going to
so
be
they
a
cannot
time limit
finish.
at the end after all. But
All right.
their writing will be faster.
Yes, exactly. The writing will be faster. I totally agree with that. Okay. In fact, from my experience, one student told me, one candidate, one of my students told me that she spent over like 15 minutes planning, over 15 minutes, but she was able to finish writing really fast. Okay. And that's how she got a score of 7, right? Everything is logical, everything is smooth, all right? All tasks is understood and everything. So 8 to 11 minutes is the ideal time to plan their
I
essay. All
asked them
right.
to do it in 5 minutes.
Oh, Fast, huh? Okay.
But
Hmm.
11 minutes is too much, isn't it?
I see, I see, I see. Right.
They can do it
Five.
in 5 minutes.
Right, right. So I asked them to do it in 8 to 11 minutes. First of all, is I want them to include the synonyms. I want them to include the synonyms, because when they write, I want them to have it neat and clean. So I want them to include the synonyms of it should be clean and correct and accurate synonyms. That also includes the tenses they have to make, right? Understand if they have to use here changes, present perfect, etc., and so on. So understand everything, all right? For not only ideas. So ideas, yes, they can plan for like 5 minutes, yeah, 5 to 6 minutes. But I also ask them to plan both ideas and possible synonyms that you can use in your essay or possible paraphrasing, especially if they are like struggle in thinking of synonyms or paraphrasing. Yeah, so they can outline. All right. So for
Giving
essay
them
structure,
examples of paraphrasing will help them
mm,
advance very fast in paraphrasing, I noticed.
yes, 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 you're right. So for the essay structure, we have the three parts of the introduction, and I think you give me the hook sentence, paraphrase, and answer. So here we have the opening statement, all right? We have the opening statement. A statement can be a phrase or a sentence, that doesn't matter actually. And then there is a paraphrase and then the answer, all right? Or the response. Okay, it's opening, paraphrase, and response. Okay. And then that's the three parts of the introduction. So each type of question should have three parts of the introduction, and also three main parts of the body paragraph. So we have your explain, reason, explain, example. That's basic, yeah. So main points, supporting details, and concluding statement. Now for this one, I'm not sure if you apply this concluding statement. But this is optional part of your body paragraph, but sometimes necessary to make the
Closing
argument.
sentence is also added for
Yeah,
the high level students.
a closing sentence, right, right, a
Yes,
close,
I always ask them to do it. For high level students,
mm,
I also ask them to
a closing sentence, correct.
refer, put a sentence that
Mm.
refers to the next paragraph, gives a
Yes.
hint of the next paragraph in the
Right.
closing sentence.
All right, all right, all right. So that's how you introduce the closing sentence. So you have two methods or approaches to write closing sentences, correct? So one is to make a concluding statement for the first body paragraph, and the other one is to make a hint to the next body paragraph. Is it correct? Wow, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think we have. Yes, you have applied here your teaching strategy very accurately. Now, I also have here another type of planning, which is the web concept map. Okay, so some students found this one useful or practical. Some, right? So, in my advanced level classes, students have two options in planning their essay. So one is a bullet form, which I use from basic level 1 to advanced level, and for the advanced level, I also introduce to them the web concept maps or web mapping for planning their essay. So, which means that they would be writing this. They would be writing this in their introduction. So these three, and this blue one here, they would be writing this in their first body paragraph and second body paragraph. Right. Some students found this one useful and practical. Some don't. So that is why I asked them
Basically the
to.
same thing.
Yes, the same thing. So I asked them to
Different
choose.
designs, the same thing.
Yeah, yes, exactly. So some of them choose a bullet form. Okay, so I told them, okay, it's up to you. All right, which one you would like to use. All right. Now, for conclusion, there are three ways of ending the essay. I'm not sure if we have this, if we have, if we are on the, if you have a parallel approaches, okay, in ending the essay. So for ending the essay, there are actually three ways of ending the essay. One is restatement. So for restatement, this is equal to paraphrasing for introduction. So that means they simply have to restate the
Key points of
restate.
the statement.
Yes. Then we have a restatement plus suggestion and restatement plus prediction. So I recommend to my students to use either restatement plus suggestion or restatement plus prediction. Okay. And
But
this
it
is
depends. Sometimes, for example, some essays don't ask
mm.
for your opinion so that you will put a prediction.
And then I mean the prediction here doesn't have to be no answer. It's like what is that? It's like an open ending statement, maybe like
It is like
there
stating something that is not there. They're not asking for it. Doesn't matter.
Um, for example, here for restatement plus suggestion, so we have here, but they should determine their priorities and goals to avoid something like an open-ending question, like something like would leave the examiner or reader to think or to reflect. The main purpose for this is not to give an opinion or suggestion or prediction, but the main purpose for this is to leave the reader, okay, to think or to reflect, okay? Yes. So this is to think or to
Doesn't
re
that go down
yeah.
in your task response if you have the something that
Uh
is not
well, this one is not about giving an opinion, but this one if there is an opening statement for introduction which makes the purpose for opening statement or hook sentence, if you call it, okay? Yes, is to open like open
you're
curiosity, like
giving the idea based on the topic. You're not
yeah.
giving the idea. You're just explaining or starting with a question.
Right, like open curiosity, right? Open curiosity. However, for the restatements and suggestion here, or restatement and prediction here, this is to like make the reader or leave the reader to reflect about the essay. Okay, so leave the reader
Think a little
a reflection. Okay,
bit.
about the essay. Okay, like no need to agree or disagree, something like that, okay? But it would leave the reader a reflection about what you write there in your essay. Yeah. So that's the yes. Yes. Okay. So that's the three ways of ending the essay. So one is restatement. One is second one is combination of suggestion and combination of prediction. Right. That's it. So how do you end your conclusion, by the way, Mike? I mean, in your classes, right? So
Well,
what are your
you
how
have
would paraphrasing is enough for you? I mean, restatement is enough for you, right?
there is like different types of questions and there are different conclusions for me. For
Uh,
example, in essays that are asking for your opinion, it is just paraphrasing, summarizing the key points.
mm,
But if the question is, for example, we are talking about uh, what was the question type? Let me think. I have written here somewhere.
mm, mm,
Uh, Let me find problem solution essay. Then I have to
mm,
put summarizing the key points like problem solution and also everything should be mentioned and
mm,
state your opinion if it is required. Sometimes they require you to state your opinion. Sometimes they don't require you. Most of the
yeah.
time, the last part in paragraph in the conclusion part, I put the state your opinion when it
Mm,
is required. I ask
mm,
it from the students.
mm.
But most of the time, it is just summarizing the key points
Restatement, yes.
and
Mm,
stating this. Discuss both views, for example, then give your own opinion. I put it in the conclusion and also in the
mm,
introduction part too. For in SM opinion, what is that?
mm.
Discussion essays. But
Right.
for most of them, I don't have it. Like I don't have anything else other than
Yeah, sure, sure. Yeah.
paraphrasing them.
Yeah, exactly. So most of the students actually, I asked them if you don't have enough. I think the easiest way there, okay, if it's hard for you to get to leave, if it's hard for you to create a statement that will leave a reader to reflect, okay, if it's a challenge for you, all right, so better not to do that because it might sound like you're giving another answer, or it might appear you're giving another opinion or suggestion. So better avoid that. The safest one is to restate. Okay. Now, for adding those suggestion or prediction to leave readers to reflect needs skills and practice and coaching, more coaching from experts. Now, if uncertain of how to use it, if uncertain how to like write a statement that will leave reader to reflect, I think it is much safer to restate, okay, or paraphrase, all right, in one sentence. So moving on to cohesion and coherence, Mike. So what do you know about this one? How to make their essay logical. I would like to, this is very interesting as well because
It is
I would
very easy in task two.
I would show you here that for cohesion and coherence, right, most of what students understood about cohesion and coherence is the use of transition words, okay? And
No.
and today I want to introduce to you the two things, information sequence and these two, okay? I mean, most of the, yes, there are some essays I have read, okay, even though they're at the advanced level, that they're trying to use transition words. And I will tell them that using transition words are for like basic, a basic way of linking your ideas. Yeah, maybe level one or level two. However, if you move to advanced level, you should know how to use your information sequence or substitution and ellipsis. All right. Now, again, for transition words, they are like basic linkers, all right? Or basic linkers to link your ideas. However, if one has to jump to a more advanced level, they should have a skill to use information sequence and substitution and ellipsis. Now, from your experience, Mike, what's I mean, how would you what's your like method of teaching students of improving their logic of their essay, the cohesion and coherence, yeah,
The fact is that we are all using the
transition
uh,
words.
not the transition
Ah,
words,
none.
but we are planning our reading, right? Our writing, right?
Mm,
Based on the planning, so we have put the sentences in the order of what we need to do. And it
mm,
is all connected to each other. All the sentences are connected to the topic sentence of that one, and that topic sentence is connected to the introductions part because I
mm,
always tell them to mention it in the introduction. So it is related to the introduction, and introduction is related to the thesis statement, and the thesis statement is related to the topic. Everything
mm.
is connected, interconnected. So it is not a very big deal to handle.
So, for your advanced level, for example, have you noticed that in some of their body paragraphs, for especially these two, body paragraph one and body paragraph two, have you noticed that in the middle of the content of their body paragraph one, like usually in the middle, they go off topic, yes or no?
Uh, I
Have you
because
noticed
I
that?
tell them exactly what to put in the sentences.
Mm.
Not
Because,
templates, but I tell them what to
not
do.
templates, yeah. Mm.
Okay, like give them like this sentence is the paraphrase form of the sentence you mentioned in the introduction. The
Mm.
third sentence you mentioned in the introduction. So this next
Mm.
sentence is the opinion explanation of the sentence you gave previously. This
Mm.
next sentence is the explanation of the sentence that you gave in the explanation of the sentence, the
Mm.
next previous sentence.
Right.
This next sentence, I give them all the sentences and their
Mm.
places. So
Yeah.
then they don't have any problems with the what is that cohesion and
The
coherence.
cohesion, yes, because some of the outputs I've read, like at the middle of their body
Yes, I have
paragraph one or
seen that.
body paragraph two, like it suddenly went off, topic. Like it doesn't, it doesn't show coherence, if that's a
Yes.
term, okay? So it
These are the
doesn't.
problems that I say. And like if we add that thing into the conclusion, then it will go off topic.
Hmm. So it doesn't add coherence to their essay, all right? So the basic one, the transition words. Yes. And anyway, for the I think what you mean, I think you understand. I think I understand your approach or method. I think you use your information sequence, right? But you just don't have the term. But I think that's correct. Okay. So because this information sequence here is that the sequence of the idea, right? So you said like you give explanation, you give your reason, and then you explain that, and then your explanation should be coming from the reason you first stated, and then your next explanation is because the main goal for this information sequence is ideas that flow like a liquid and understand with little effort, all right?
Yes.
And then
Actually, I have
your explanation, it should be related to the previous explanation, something like that. Okay, so I
like
think you have the approach. Okay, and in what is that in language? We call that as information sequence. All right, so there is a sequence of information from previous information to the next information, and
there are
the
like
next.
two methods that I use for this. I use like first and
Uh,
secondly, finally. I said for advantages and disadvantages, I say it's useful.
uh-huh.
The next one is idea explanation example.
Mm.
Uh, these are all related to each other. Idea is related to the introduction paragraph, and
Yes,
then
right,
it
right.
is basically the same thing.
Mm. Right, exactly. So that's what we called here. I mean, what the term that we call that is information sequence. Okay. So that means there is a relationship. Okay. So for example, there is a relationship of idea, right? So there's a relationship from previous information to new information, and then this new information becomes the old information, all right, and so on. So if you notice here, this is the example here. So for example, in China, they have projects, etc., etc. So this example here goes back to or refers back, okay? So this example here refers back to new information, which is building more roads, all right? So I think that's what you mean. Like
Yes.
there is a connection to, you have an example here, so your example should be connected to your your
Explanation.
explanation
Explanation should
or
be connected to the internet, the
mm,
topic sentence of that paragraph. The topic
I
sentence
see.
of that paragraph should be connected to the supporting ideas of the introduction paragraph.
I
The
think
introduction paragraph
mm,
supporting idea should be connected to the main
yeah,
thesis statement. And
right.
thesis statement should be connected to those three, four words that we have underlined in the question.
Yeah,
There
right,
we
right.
go. Our coherence and cohesion is complete.
Right, I see. Exactly. So I think you have the, yeah, what I see here is that you have the approach, yes. You have the approach, and I think that approach we in language, right? In language we call it we call that as the old information and the new information. So that's a sequence, all right? So as you can see here, yes, as you can see here, there is a new information about congestion pricing, and then this is connected. Okay, so everything is connected. So this system here refers to congestion pricing. All right. So that the system, which is the example here. So this system has been applied, etc., etc. So that is connected to the main point, which is congestion pricing. So that's why it's called cohesion coherence, because every information or every idea, right, that is in the body paragraph one are 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 connected, right, strongly connected.
And also body paragraph
I see,
two.
I see. Yes, body paragraph one and body paragraph two. Exactly. Okay.
And also conclusion.
Yes, everything, everything. So again, in language, we call that as information sequence. So the information that you present has a connection between this old information and new information. So everything from reason explained. So they are all connected. Okay. So in some cases, they go out of topic. All right. So the main reason there when they go out of topic is maybe they don't totally understand the question. And second reason there is here. What is your main, if I may ask you something, what is your main problem that you notice from candidates about cohesion and coherence? Because you told me that you see some of the model answers in their essays that at the middle of the body paragraph it goes out of topic, and I've seen that many times, all right, in students writing. So what is your struggle here? And And how do you correct that?
I basically keep focusing on the, as you said, information
Ah,
sequencing.
mm,
I keep focusing on that. And if I see something that is not there, I say, okay, what is this related to?
mm.
Then
Right,
I
right.
cross it out and then I ask them to reduce the number of the words for this
Ah,
and
yes.
also uh, reduce the uh, task response,
Mm,
coherence, cohesion,
mm.
all of,
And
because if coherence
yeah,
and cohesion is not uh, followed, then the task response also
be
is
affected. Yes, exactly.
affected.
Right. So because these criteria or markings, all right, the criteria that students are marked, or they are all interconnected, right? Now, the last one is substitution and ellipsis. This is also very, very similar to synonyms, all right? So this is this is what is that? I mean, again, transition words, information sequence, and substitution and ellipsis, they are not independent. They should be interdependent. That means in the essay, they should work together, all right? They should all of them should work together, all right? So in here, what do I mean by substitution and ellipsis is that there is a the idea is the idea is substituted by another idea but the same meaning. For example, here
Yes.
for example, we have here companies helping local communities. So one word is philanthropic behavior. Okay, so such philanthropic behavior. So this philanthropic behavior has a similar idea to companies helping communities. So it's basically like one idea is replaced by another idea, but they're the same.
Same
Okay,
meaning, different words.
same, yeah, same meaning. All right, same ideas. So and then they are connected by signals like such, in doing so, what is that, to do so, etc. So for example, here, a very short example here is this one. So Vietnam government has initiated and so on and such initiative, okay? So initiative here is that here, expanding roads and highways, all right? So such initiative gains support from the public and to avoid traffic congestion during rush hours and so on. Go to work earlier or work from home. And in doing so, this one, main roads will be decongested during peak times. All right. So this is the last one. And I think there are more examples in textbooks about information sequence and substitution and ellipsis. So again, these three here constitutes the three main criteria for cohesion and coherence. And again, they are not independent, they are interdependent, they're interrelated, interconnected,
I
right?
think the main one is this information sequence
Yes,
because
this is a main one. Yes. Mm. This is
substitution and ellipsis is basically if in it is
e
basically
equal to synonyms, right?
yes, it is basically in intervention information sequence.
Yes, yes,
Coherence
exactly.
and cohesive devices is also inside
Information sequence,
information sequence. All
right?
of them are in information sequence, but information sequence is not in any of those. You know what I
Right,
mean? So they
right,
are
right.
basically information sequence.
Yes, right, right. And when we introduce this to our students, information sequence, right? So they can get band 7 if they're at 6.5 level or 6.5 level.
Yes, it is very
So
easy to get
easy,
band
right,
seven.
right, right. So getting a band 7 for writing is much easier when we introduce this to them. Yes, so that's the if you are yeah, I think you are a trained you are trained IELTS teachers. So for many trained IELTS teachers, introducing information sequence could really help uh, accelerate students' band score from 6 to 7 in essay writing.
Yes,
Right. Yeah.
actually, that is only true if their grammar is not a problem, not a
Yes,
problem.
problematic. Exactly. So if
My
your
biggest
grammar,
challenge is always with the grammar of the students. Their
mm,
grammar always is the worst part of their English.
mm.
Their vocabulary is not bad, but their grammar is always bad.
Right, right. Yes, I totally agree with that. But for my advanced level right now, I don't find much problems with their grammar. Some, yes, some of I think they studied English since they were very young, and they
Yeah.
English is their like favorite subject and something they really love. So when they move now to advanced level, I don't think much of the problem. I don't see much problems in their grammar. Some of them, many of them, I mean, my advanced level students. Yeah. Do you have class in the afternoon, Mike?
I don't have any classes today in the afternoon. I have in the evening.
Oh, yeah, you have evening classes, right? I see. So, in the afternoon, we can continue some of the few sessions for writing, and we can move on to listening and reading. Is it okay? And we can discuss some of your. I will. Please give me your email. I would share to you the files. Okay.
Okay,
The
my email
yeah.
address is full. The
Ah.
drive
The,
is full. Uh,
okay.
but I can give you my other email address. I will write it.
Mm, right. So I will share to you the viewable PPTs for the IELTS training and all the IELTS courses. It's part of the training package. So I will send it to you, and maybe some of them could be helpful too in your classes, especially from maybe basic level, yes, or foundation level. Yeah.
Yes, this basic level is killing me.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
I write
Yes.
my email address for you.
Yeah, sure, sure. And okay, I will send the, what is it? I will send the